Two of the most bastardized words in our language today are love and God. And I find it kind of odd that depending on what you believe in, you'll see on Sundays that these two words are often interchangeable. You may hear a preacher say God is love, but then somehow Monday through Saturday in relationships, love is never enough.
I feel the anxiety boil inside of me, or those who are kind to me just simply lying. Why am I so fucking broken? Why must I read into what's unspoken instead of just simply trusting what's in the open? I'm exhausted. But I'm hoping that the pieces of me scattered on every stage that I touch gets picked up by the people whose times are tough and take that piece with them when the demons play too rough, and know that I'm here when you're going through your stuff. Our shoes may not be the same size, but we walk similar paths. We march side by side.
But still, you are my little big brother. We've been down since we met each other. If you see one of us, then you're guaranteed to see the other. I was born first, and you hated it. Every chance you got, you debated it. All because you was bigger. Fuck it, get over it, because you still my nigga. You died though way too quick, and so I'm gone. I will never get over it. So rest in peace, Brandon Johnson, and just know you will never be forgotten. I'll keep one in the air until we're back with each other. I love you, my little big brother.
This motherfucker thought that he was bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? 1, the bus was late. 2, responded to a random text message. 3, time, space, and opportunity. I took the steps. 4, shouldn't have hit the blunt. 5, I was gonna leave before my pussy failed me. 6, my pussy failed me. 7, I was still going to work. 8, I was gonna be late for work. 9, that wasn't the only thing that I was late for. 10, it's a boy.
I always wanted to look out into the stands and see my father being my #1 fan as he cheered me on from his seat on my birthday. I dreamed of him holding the cake while everyone sings, and a large grin is gracing my cheeks instead. I was met with phone calls, letters, and visits to him behind bars because he much rather run the streets. I grew up feeling like he loved the block more than he loved his baby. Even though he would always say, "I'm doing this for you, baby," I could tell that he was lying through his teeth.
Do you know how it feels to sit in a room filled with greatness and wonder if you deserve to be there? But knowing you deserve to be there, to play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with feeling worthy and knowing how worthy you are. Forced to swallow that imposter of a syndrome, to posture up in rooms that seem to swallow you whole. Do you know how many stars make up the galaxy? The Milky Way is said to hold over 100 million stars. So, in the universe, said to hold over 100 billion galaxies, I remind myself of the possibility of my twinkle. That I too can dance in the night sky, and if I can see it as improbable, then how can I not see it as possible? So I audacity my way into rooms, become my insecurities' doppelganger, and I speak anyways. I say hi, I'm Ari Lane. I become back braced to my own self-worth. I stand tall, I stare rejection's possibilities in the eyes until its barrel tunnels me into a new point of view where I become locked finger behind my own destiny's trigger. Shaky hand of nerves is steady, but opposing hands do it anyways. Bang though. I become the Big Bang. I create my own galaxy of possibilities. I realize this is not a room, it's a universe. Filled with galaxies started by the gravity of self and combustion of all the shit that didn't matter to create their own possibilities. I'm beginning to think I do belong here. After all, the sun isn't the only star capable of shining. In fact, most stars are bigger, have their own planets, and I bet based on proximity, they could be a little intimidating. So I speak anyways. I twinkle in the universe I have yet to explore. I study the galaxies that fascinate me most, and I keep twinkling, and I keep speaking. Did you know that the Earth's closest star seen by the visible eye is 270,000 times the distance of that between the Earth and the sun? See, I learned that we see the stars and the planets as they were emitted even hours ago, that when we see the sun, we're seeing it as it was 8 minutes ago. But back to that star. Every time we see it, we're seeing it as it was 4 years ago. So I speak to my past self. from my future mindset, from all that I can be, and I say, if you could see the galaxy you are, the uncertainty of this universe wouldn't matter so much. So head up, shoulders back, stand tall. Even if you don't feel worthy, you are. Into this room and speak into this universe and create your own galaxy. New ones are discovered every day. So I show up and I speak anyways.
Yeah.
For themselves, because we pack them into a ship like livestock and ship them off to their oppression. And what they're creating for themselves, we are still trying to steal. And pop culture is nothing short of a vulture picking from the bones that have already been beaten to death. We need to wake up, we need to listen, and we need to learn, and we need to stand behind our brothers and sisters because they've been silenced for too long.
Our problem is we be wanting to take and take, never wanting to give. Our problem is we be wanting to take and take, never wanting to give, forgetting that a relationship is 50-50 until I can't carry my load and you got to pick up my slack so it's 80-20, or I got to carry some of your weight so it's 40-60. I know I'm mathing right, y'all keep up with me. A relationship is about balance. We supposed to have each other back. So in the areas that I lack, you supposed to pick up my slack. See, the problem is y'all want y'all partner to give 100% and you sit back and relax, and a real relationship don't work like that.
See, I spend too much time trying to find the beauty of my flaws. Was too busy covering them up, making up my blemishes. I know too well what it feels like to girdle up my truth, to contour away my faults. So excuse me if my transparency is too much, because today, oh baby, I'm comfortable. Comfortable enough to admit that I wrote this braless commando in my favorite comfy clothes while 4 braids stuck out on my head all over the place. Real Coolio style. Comfortable enough to admit that I had full-on face-to-face conversations with 3 family members like this that day. And they made no mention. And ain't that love? See, I guess what I'm saying is if you love me, you're gonna have to love all of me. And see, some days this mic and this pen and this stage be home. So forgive me if I get too comfortable, but here is safe.
We can admit it now. Forrest Gump wasn't your typical love story. Forrest wanted the love. Jenny only thought she knew what it was, searching for it, going through the motions when all along was right up under her nose. Might not have been packaged how she imagined it, and Jenny didn't want to fuck it up, but she knew that she would. And if you've never seen the movie, I just spoiled it for you. He gets the girl after she exhausted all of her options, and it got me to thinking. I was running. I've been running a country mile trying to avoid it like the plague, because it's the most exhausting thing that I've experienced in life. This thing called love can oftentimes be confused with lust, and we end up placing it where it doesn't belong. Placing it where it doesn't belong, but stupid is as stupid does. And life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, and I got a box of half-eaten pieces of chocolate and run over shoes from all this running. I want to love, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You see, the story is now yours. We don't mind telling what you do. When the shoe is on the other foot, we simply wait for the other one to fall too. As we walk through your mind, reliving all the things you've done, we're filled with sadness to feel like you've never loved or been loved by anyone. Not wanted during conception, nor aborted, but given up at birth. Now you're just a number in the system where they've predetermined your worth. Living a childless childhood, you never knew how to be a kid at play. Always with your defenses up, hoping to keep the predators at bay. Yearning for that old age of 18 when you become free. Unaware of all the coming burden and responsibility.
Why is it I feel threatened more so when I'm alone than I ever did around you? Like these panic attacks are merely flashbacks of the time I'm sure I'm not remembering correctly. Like I can't let the bad memories in, because if I do, they'll win, and in doing so, I fear that you'll forget me. It's upsetting. This illusion of a put-together boy is just broken parts and screws and nuts and bolts summed up to a toy. So if I'm nothing but a toy, why is it I can't feel joy? If that's my purpose, will I ever and forever serve this sentence just with no punctuation? No in just around the river bend, so I send my frustration inward, because outward risks damaging the mask. And I've spent too long decorating it with your favorite things for it to be just another broken cast.
Lots lately more meaningful? Maybe baby. Magic, moving mountains, miracle making, mysteries masters, missing motions, melodies, martyr, marinating, manifestation. Magnificent, marvelous, mighty motivators, never neglecting neighbors, noteworthy niceness. Nifty, nourishing, naturalist, naked, novel, open, optimally operating optimist, often overstanding optics, oil, olive, pressed, pressured person, proven practically perfect, promising purpose, present, pulling pupils, pilfering, penetrating portals, quickly, quiet, quality, quantifying, quirky, quite ready, resilient, restorative, refreshing, radiating royalty, sweet scented symbol, static, stabilizing, silly, stupendously slaying serpent sanctums.
You see, surveillance comes with preconceived notions because he black, in America, born during the prime of Skittles and Arizona teas. Neighborhood vigilantes, I was 21. The very first time I stood staring down the barrel of a gun held by the police in my son is 9 years old, come to my shoulder already. And if you didn't hear him speak, you probably think he was older than he actually appears to be. That terrifies me. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder like somebody is watching me. And if they're provided, praying, protected, I really can't tell the difference. One day walking home from school, my son told me he didn't want to go up. I forgot how old he was and said why, because you were a Toys R Us kid. And he looked at me strange. But I smiled. But deep down, I wanted to shed a thug tear because kids these days will never know.
Me and my villains, we be vibing.
Hey.
Y'all, we be living our best lives in the world. The heroes, we villains, we get a bad rap. We're just normal people with a problem with authority. You see, the heroes, with their abilities, the power they unresponsibly hold, supposed to protect and serve wherever they call. They make grand entrances, real flashy, scream, siren song, melody. See, villain menace, a scourge. They judge book by its cover. They become executioner. Is daylight, dark night the difference? It never gets old. You see, the heroes will forever be white, seen pure, while black be villainous. Only moving with evil intent, they lock up humans in droves. Heroes say they're fighting for those that can't fight for themselves. They're defenders of the defenseless. But when raised open hands, the palms, they clasp, they clench, down with heroes and their damn sidekicks. Willing to hide the truth in plain sight, they bury the lies. They paint upstanding citizen a villain, unable to clear a name. I mean, who cares what you call a dead villain? Villains die every day. You know there's more black death reported than there are black births. At one point in our time, deep in our roots, tribes will celebrate a black birth. They'll be cheerful. They'll feast. Because they know this baby's going to be king, grow strong, breathing, and beautiful. They won't be a villain. Yeah, we got too comfortable believing in heroes. We birth lambs, blindly placing them in sacrifice, hoping to teach them not to be starstruck when they see a hero. We don't have those in our neighborhood. We got patrolling gangs. Wow. Kevlar vests, boys wrapped in blue, with utility belts that hold all the classics. Mace, cuffs, a taser. Shit, it's unused even when it's called for. They got a grappling gun.
Yes.
No, it's a gun. And it will grapple a soul. It will make a cold, shell, dead villain. Innocent bystander whose complexion labeled them, foreshadowing a possibility that shouldn't be. I mean, it should never have gotten that far. Who knew seeing your heroes in person would be so deadly? Wow. Good.